Welcome back everybody. Today we are doing a tutorial on gears. First we gotta make the gears. I'll go over understanding how the gears are made, then we'll put it in a part studio. We might switch to dark mode. We're gonna switch to dark mode for this video and see how it is. So I'm gonna start a new part studio, and then we'll be making two gears, but I'm gonna make the bracket for them to go on. Now that we have our bracket made, basically these two ghost circles will come very handy later. Basically this is the pitch of the gear. It marks the center of the gears the entire way around the gears. So this is not a max diameter, this is just the middle of the teeth. So now we know what diameter our gears are going to be. We're going to get this bracket extruded. We'll just do 1/4 inch and we'll get it in an assembly and fixed. Right click, you go down to fix, it'll fix your part in your studio. Now that we have our bracket in our studios, basically we are going to come over here on this side. I'm going to get rid of all these origins and planes because we don't need them. We're going to go to our spur gear. This is an Onshape. You do not have to find a script for this. We're going to take our mate connector and put it on this circle. This is where we want our gear. You can also do this in another part studio if you want to keep all your parts separate. I like to do it in the same one. Where our number of teeth is gonna be, well, we won't worry about that for now. Basically our module is the size of our teeth. So if we do 0.025 with 30 teeth, we're gonna have a pitch diameter of 1/4 inch, and that is the middle of all the teeth. The same ghost circle as we saw in the bracket sketch. But if we take and do 15 teeth and a 0.05, it's still going to be a 0.75 pitch diameter. Is the same size circle, but we got larger teeth. So that's what the module is. So one of our gears we're going to do 50, the other we're going to do 75. This depth is the width of our gear. And then we can come down here, our pressure angle is the contact angle between the gears on the teeth. Here's 20, here's 25. Here's 30, here's 35. I like 25, so that's what we're going to use in this. Our root fillet is at the bottom of the gear. We'll get a better view right quick. Right here, you can either do 1/4, 1/3, or a full fillet. This would theoretically affect manufacturing, and you can do none, but it would not affect how the gears mesh at all, pretty much. We have helical gears. That's a straight cut gear. We can change it to a helical gear. We can change the angle. If you go all the way up to 45, you can have a 90-degree angle. Like you can have this gear on your front plane, and then you can have a gear on the left plane on top of it. They'll mesh together and transmit well. You can change the orientation of your helix. can do double helix. You can chamfer it. I'm going to chamfer it double of the module. So we'll do 0.05. And the circle that this chamfer creates, the smaller circle, it's going to represent how far down. Oh, that looks weird with the double helix. How far down the tip of each teeth will go from the other gear onto this gear. So we're going to get rid of this helix. We're just going to have straight cut gear. This one's going to be 50 tooth, the other one's going to be 75. Everything's set up. Well, you can have a center bore. It just puts a hole through the middle of the gear. We're going to do a 1/2 inch. It matches with the bracket, so it doesn't need to match with the bracket if you're just trying to put this together and animate it. Like, I can make this point 625, it'll still put it together. We're going to grab another gear. And since we know what we're making, we can just do 75 and 0.025 with our depth, full, chamfer, center bore, so our pitch diameter is 1.87, and then on the bracket for this gear it's 1.87. This one is 1.25, and on this gear with that sketch hidden, so it's showing us the actual pitch of the gear, 1.25. And they're meshing just right, just nicely. We're going to take this over to the assembly. We're going to add our 2 gears in. We're going to get a revolute mate. This circle with this circle. This circle with this circle. And basically, how we get these to spin together, right now there's just, you can just spin one and that's not going to animate anything. So we're going to do a gear relation. We're going to select our mates on our side panel, and this will be I think a 1.5 relation. So we're going to do 1.5, spin it. The wrong gear is spinning faster, so we'll go the other way relative to 1. Or another easy way, we can just select it in an opposite order. It's probably the best way to do it instead of trying to find a decimal point. If your gear is, for example, spinning in incorrect directions relative to each other, there's a setting right here to reverse direction. Now they'll spin together. And you can confirm that. If you want, you can come down to one of your gears. We're going to pick the bigger gear. We're going to go down to animate, and we can do 360. Well, we can do 180 steps. just to make it spin a little faster. Loop it, you can make it play. Now both our gears will spin. And you can, if you make an engine, if you 3D model an engine, you can set this up to run the camshafts just by rotating the crank, and the whole engine will animate. Sweet, that is my gear tutorial for you guys. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it.